Hey guys, what is up? It is No Help, and welcome back to another video. Today, if you guys like the video, make sure to smash the like button. Today's video is actually going to be from a viewer's suggestion from MSP4354. He said, if you could do a video on how to transition from the mid-game iron to late, that would be great. Thanks. Also, when/how to train Slayer. This is a really good question. I want to start this off with the Slayer. I recommend you do Slayer as much as you possibly can. Some people say to wait till you're 70 combat so that you can do the Xanaris Slayer Master. If you like, wait till 70 combat, but I didn't. I started like from day one and doing Slayer, doing those rat tasks and bat tasks, whatever they might be. But if you want to wait till 70, then do the Xanaris Slayer Master, be my guest. And then at 75, it gets a little bit serious where you get Konar, which is a great Slayer Master. I use Konar for all of my tasks now because I'm chasing the Hydra. But a lot of people at 100 combat will move over to Duradel, or even 85 combat move over to Neve, which you can go ahead and do, but I don't know, I just really do like Konar. You get those Brimstone keys, which can be very helpful for your account for just raw, consistent cash, a bunch of materials like food, even gold and whatever. If you want those consistent drops, I recommend staying at Konar, because as an Ironman, those drops help a ton. Like doing a regular Hellhound task, you're not going to get anything as a reward. But say you get 2 or 3 Brimstone keys, it could make it like a 600-700k task if you get pretty lucky with the keys. Another reason I really like Konar Slayer is you just get all of the drops over and over again, which if you get all the seeds, you can plant them, you get some ore, you can go train some smithing, right? Which is you're not going to get from doing the regular Slayer unless you're consistently picking up all of the regular drops. That's why I personally like the Konar Slayer Master, but then again, you can't choose where you do your tasks, so it's totally up to you. Maybe at 75 combat, do Konar until you reach 100 combat, then go to Duradel. Once you get 95 Slayer, which is very long term, head back to Konar so that you can get those Hydra tasks. I hate to say this, but to escape the mid game, you're going to need to just finish all of the quests and do a ton of the achievement diaries, maybe even up to the hard achievement diaries. The thing I really like about quests and achievement diaries is they kind of are like a roadmap in a way of training your skills. So say, for example, for Song of the Elves, you need a lot of skill requirements, a lot of quests to be completed to just do that quest alone. So try to get the quest cape to escape the mid game. That will really make you train tons of different skills, go out of your way to do a ton of different things, and maybe up to, like I said, the hard diary. Even if you get all the medium tasks done, that's good enough, honestly, because then you'll eventually do the hard and the elite. But I would say quest cape for sure, and a lot of the hard achievement diaries. That will really help you escape the mid game, get yourself a well-balanced account overall. If you're stuck for money on an Ironman, train thieving. Thieving is a really fast skill. You could even get thieving to be your very first 99, and it can be consistent money at the higher levels. And also, it's very good for consistent seeds with master farmers. It can really help benefit your account if you need all those seeds to get prayer potions, whatever. Master farmers is where you can stay, and if you just want raw, consistent cash, you can just pickpocket it and get your very first 99 this way. Also, another great way of getting money is by just training Slayer and elking all of the drops from the creatures. So if you're stuck with money, thieving and Slayer is the 2 best things you could do. If you need runes, you used to have to go and craft the individual runes that you wanted, but now we have the Guardians of the Rift. If you, say for example, stay at the Guardians of the Rift until you get all of the drops from it, you will have so much runes. We're talking law runes, nature runes, cosmic runes. The great thing about this minigame is you get a variety of runes, which is just so good for Ironman accounts. I really wish I had this back in the day when I first started my Ironman account. It makes it so awesome. Like at the very start, you're gonna struggle for things like law runes, nature runes, death runes, but if you consistently do Guardians of the Rift and get the whole outfit, maybe get yourself up to 77 rune crafting there, so you can at least access the blood runes afterwards. But if you get all of the rewards like the outfit and the colossal pouch, whatever that might be, the needle, you will have a ton of runes where you won't ever really need to go out of your way again to get them, unless you want to in the future with like double natures or astrals or whatever. whatever. Guardians of the Rift, amazing for getting runes, just like so that you have them all the time for elking, teleporting, whatever it might be. A problem with escaping the mid game is people don't have enough herbs to train Herblore, and I know this can be very frustrating because a lot of people, Herblore and construction is what really holds them back, but I would say Herblore more so. If you do need herbs, I recommend you do herbivore, which you do need 80 hunter for, so it does take a little bit of grinding to get that out of the way. There's also the Kingdom of Miscellanea. You can set that to collect yourself herbs and be consistent with your farm runs. Do a couple a day here and there, and if you don't have seeds, like I said, go to Master Farmers to get your seeds. You're not going to be able to train Herblore very fast. It took me 5 years to get enough herbs in order to get 99 Herblore, but you don't need 99 to escape the mid-game. You need 70-ish, 75 maybe, right, to escape the mid-game. Do these things consistently over time, and you will eventually get all of the herbs you need in order to get the level that you want. Also, another really good way to get herbs is by just training Slayer. Tons of Slayer tasks just spit out herbs. Get yourself the herb sack either from doing Slayer, or you could get it from the, what is that called? The farming mini game? The Tithe Farm minigame. I couldn't think of that. But yeah, the Tithe Farm minigame, you could get yourself the herb sack, which is super useful. You can just take it with all of your Slayer tasks so that you can actually pick up all of the herbs. A lot of people don't pick up herbs. They only pick up, say, the Renards or whatever that might be. But with the herb sack, you can pick up all of the herbs on your Slayer task, which is just free, consistent Herblore XP that you'd be leaving on the ground. Another tip for training construction as well, get yourself the Kingdom of Miscellanea to collect you the logs that you need. So I recommend you set it on herbs and the mahogany, or I would actually say the teak planks, so that you can get those over time. Another huge tip, which I don't see a lot of people doing, is using the plank make spell to actually make yourself the planks. You save a lot of money this way. You will use nature and astral runes, but then again, you can consistently just craft them, right? You'll have a ton of nature runes from Guardians of the Rift, and then you can just craft yourself all the astral runes that you need, and you will save a ton of money and also get yourself a decent amount of magic experience if you plank make all of the planks you need for training your construction. Do all of your daily activities to help you escape the mid-game. Birdhouse runs every single day. Get yourself up to that 80 hunter so you can do herbivores. Farm runs every single day. Seaweed runs every single day so that you can get out of the crafting grind. Also, for buckets of sand, people seem to complain about not having enough sand, and they have a ton of seaweed, but they don't have enough sand. You can actually mine sand in the desert and convert the sandstone into buckets of sand. I did this for 100,000 buckets of sand back in the day, and this is how I got all of the sand I needed. You can also complete the quest Hand in the Sand, which will give you daily buckets of sand, but I highly recommend you just mine the sand yourself over a period of time, like even just a few months of you just picking the seaweed every single day, and then obviously mining, say, 100,000 sand. You can get to whatever crafting level that you need. It's actually very simple. I would say to escape the mid-game, get yourself an average of 70 plus in all skills. Now, this will be very difficult to do with some of them, like I said, and some of them will take a long time to go ahead and do, but trust me, it's really worth it to push yourself to get 70 plus in every single skill, so you kind of almost have that 1,000,000 XP in a skill, so you know it's possible to just push out to 99 if you really wanted to. And this is also a way where you have most of the requirements to finish all of the quests in the game. I think you will, maybe besides for a few exceptions, but then you can just smash those few levels out. And the last thing to escape the mid-game is to actually try a few bosses, whether they be a Slayer boss, like something like Cerberus, even Kraken for that, or even the Giant Mole, whatever it is, Zalra. Try out a couple of bosses, get yourself used to bosses, how the mechanics work. You can maybe even make a lot of money or get a lot of valuable drops with some of the bosses in the game. And if you don't want to do bosses, try at least one of the raids out with a team, or even just solo if you really want. I highly recommend you get yourself into bossing and consistently do bossing, whether that be bossing with Slayer or just bossing for fun on the side. Go to General Gardor and get yourself the full Bandos gear before you get 99, and like I did. It really will help you along the way. Also, dipping your toes into some of the mini games can be very helpful. Get yourself the Void. Void is very important. Maybe also get yourself the fighter torso. That could be very important as well. Get yourself familiar with minigames. Those are the two I really recommend. So Barbarian Assault and Pest Control. One other thing I want to say is maybe get yourself a 99. That might help you really escape the mid game. It could be something like cooking or crafting, whatever it might be, or even something like strength might be easier for an Ironman to get for their very first 99. Get yourself a skill cape, something you put on your back and be proud of. That will really help you and motivate you to just continue on with the account. Anyways, thank you so much for this recommendation for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will catch you guys in the next one. See ya later.